What's up, guys? Chris here, back again with another video for you guys. This is going to be the first episode of the FUT Market podcast with my co-host, Nate, the Thefutaccountant. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm ready for Team of the Year just like everybody else is. Let's get it.
Yes, so all of his links will obviously be in the description. You guys obviously will know Nate from Twitch, his live streams, and his YouTube channel, which is very informative with the FUT Market. And in the future, we're going to have a lot of guests on with this podcast. But this episode in particular is going to be just me and Nate. And we're going to be talking about Team of the Year and the market impact that could happen for this week, but also in the weeks after Team of the Year. So we're going to have a lot of different points of discussion on that. Before we get into it, if you guys can just drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new, that would be awesome. And make sure you guys get involved with Nate's links in the description. So the first talking point we want to talk about on this is pretty much for the expectations on the coming week, what EA might do. Right now, we have, kind of an iffy time period right now in FIFA where people don't really know when the exact date for Team of the Year is. People are starting to sell things off from Weekend League, and we don't really know when the loading screen is going to come out. That's a very big deal. So we're going to talk about that right now. Nate, what are your thoughts right now on Team of the Year at this point?
Yeah, so I've got the webpage pulled up of like the Team of the Year, like the voting page. So all the information that we technically have given to us from EA is that right now, January 18th is when the voting closes. And that's kind of all we know, right? And it says on this webpage that the final Team of the Year will be announced later in January, when special Team of the Year player items featuring some of the highest ratings of the season will be released. So the way that that's worded is will be announced later in January. A lot of people thought, at least from what I heard, a lot of people thought that Team of the Year might actually be released on the 18th or the 19th. But I don't think that's technically possible if you think about it. If our votes count, right? Because they said that our votes count in this, that how could they have time to come up with the players that they see who wins the vote, come up with the players in one day and put them out, give them stats, create promo videos. Like there's a lot of promotion that goes into this with all remember the videos last year where they brought in Van Dijk and this guy talked to him and was like, you passed the test for Team of the Year or something like that. So yep. I feel like they need that week's time frame, whether the Team of the Year starts on the Friday the 22nd or the Monday after the 25th. Either of those 2 days, I think in my mind, are prime or could be days where Team of the Year starts. But I feel like they need that time after the 18th to get that promo stuff done. I'm sure they're already working on it, but I don't think Team of the Year could actually drop on the 18th or the 19th. I don't think that's even possible, honestly. So
yeah, I thought there was a little bit of a chance that Tuesday could have been an interesting time. It's really interesting because this is going to be the first year, if they do decide to go forward with the 22nd, it's going to be the first time they've ever released, from my knowledge, Team of the Year on a Friday. I don't know if they think that they can maybe make a little bit more money by starting it on a Friday, and maybe if they're going to be doing a 10 to 12 day Team of the Year, ending it on the following Tuesday or Wednesday of the week after Team of the Year normally would end. So it's going to be really interesting. This weekend was kind of up in the air as well. Thursday was a little interesting because, people had this thought of, Team of the Year nominees. And because we had that information on voting, we were led to believe that Team of the Year nominees were going to be coming into packs. And from my point of view, that would have made a lot of sense from EA if they really wanted to stir some panic with the market, because with Team of the Year nominee, most of the market would have corrected in price because you would have special cards with +1 stats on their golds. Essentially what the FIFA 19 UCL cards were. They were blue cards, they had dynamic images, and a lot of people went out and wanted to use them over, informs with similar stats or Team of the Group stages. So, the market this Friday night was pretty high because we didn't get all of that stuff. And now we're kind of starting to see some sell-off. So for example, we got here Neymar's at 670k. He was at 705. Mbappe, I think, was 905 to 910. He's now down to 868. Ronaldo was over 1.1 million, so he's actually had a bigger sell-off And it looks like he was a little bit of an undercut there. He's at 1.55 mil. But if you look on Friday, this card was 1.16 the whole day. He's down about 60,000 coins from where he was on Friday. So it's going to be really interesting to see, and I'm hearing a lot of things about potential loading screens on Monday. And when those loading screens do come out, you're going to have a lot of the casual base that then knows the particular date of Team of the Year. And that's what I think a lot of us have been talking about when people ask us, when do we buy our teams? When do we buy Neymar, the Mbappes, etc.? We're not seeing enough drop yet on those cards for you guys to go and buy them, because Neymar's only down 30,000 coins. They've kind of been pretty stable over the last few weeks, man, because we haven't gotten a date on Team of the Year. They've only been tweeting out about people's different Team of the Years, like top pros and other content creators and that sort of stuff. So I feel like most of the casuals don't really know the exact date, and once we get that date, I think a lot of things will kind of fall into place, really, with that Team of the Year panic. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, Nate.
Yeah, I agree on that, because like, if you think about things we've actually had in FIFA, I don't think they've actually promoted anything at all in FIFA. It's only been through tweets, and it's only been through the website page where we actually vote. So, and now I'm looking at a few cards on the market right now that I see are down. You know, like you mentioned, the Neymar, the Mbappe, the Ronaldo's down a decent amount. And I think what I'm really seeing, though, is some of the out-of-pack specials are getting a little bit hit harder. I just looked up Freeze Mane on the screen. He's 1.89 million coins. That's down like 200K easy from where he was at this past weekend. So maybe some of these special cards are getting hit a little bit more than normal. Like the Bruno Fernandes team of the group stage is under 800K, and that is lower than he went even last week, or earlier, this weekend on Friday when the Player of the Month came out. So, yeah, I mean, I still think there's more panic selling to come, at least as of right now when we're looking at it on a Saturday night or into Sunday. I think there's more to come, and I think that it's some people honestly are just like, yo, where's Team of the Year at? And stuff got really low like that first week of January, and it's kind of rebounded a little bit since. And now I think we're kind of looking back to that time frame, especially some of the icons, right? Like Mid Vieira was like 3 mil, I think, on PS.
Yep.
Or right around 3 mil, and he went back up to like 3.3. Now, I know that like some of the qualifying restrictions changed, and now they can use more icons for the next qualifiers, at least the pros can. But like right now, he's 3.28, so like he's rebounded back up from where he was. Some of this high tier stuff, this is like perfect stuff that will be panic sold, because Team of the Year comes along, and yo, maybe you don't want to try Team of the Year Vieira, you want to try Team of the Year Kimmich instead of just Vieira in your team, and Kimmich is less coins than this, but you got to sell this card to afford him type of thing. So I still feel like there's more panic selling on at least the way the prices look right now on almost the entire market. So
yeah, I agree with that, especially with the out-of-pack stuff. Like, we saw a nice buyback on the big tier icons and the out-of-pack specials. The golds have been a little bit different, I think, because they've been supplied just so much this year. And I know you hinted at it a little bit by watching your streams and some of your YouTube videos, that you don't know really how much the Neymars, the Mbappe type players are going to rise after Team of the Year due to the sheer supply that these guys have actually had this year. And, you know, I can attest to this because I just packed, Neymar's gold in Division Rivals Awards on Thursday Tradable.
What?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No, dude. Oh my gosh, you're a part of the crew, man. You're part of millions of people in this world that have packed a Neymar, Messi, Ronaldo, or Mbappe this year, man.
Yep, and I remember you put that. So what Nate did on a stream one day was he said, "Give me a 1 in the chat if you've packed one of Mbappe, Neymar, or Ronaldo, or something like that."
Yep.
The amount of ones that I had seen at that point was actually insane.
Oh yeah.
So, when you think about it, if you have all of these Neymars, all these Mbappes, right? We're not saying that they're not going to rise after Team of the Year, but we're just saying they may not rise to the point where they did last year, where if you look at Neymar, and I'm going to bring up his Generations card from last year, this guy, he hit a low point of 656. He rebounded all the way up to 816. That's a 160 plus thousand, price rise on that after Team of the Year by like February 11th. So I don't know if the same things are going to actually happen at this point. I was actually get your thoughts, Nate, because of I know a lot of people that are watching this video and they're probably thinking, when do I buy my teams, like the Vieiras, the Neymars, the Mbappes? That is the number one question that I get in my streams, that you probably get in your streams or YouTube comment section. What are you thinking in regards to buy times? Is it dependent on the out-of-pack cards and the golds? What are your thoughts on the out-of-pack stuff?
Well, to be honest, basically for everything still, I think you need to wait. You still need to be just kind of waiting for that big crash time frame, because I feel like we haven't seen that big drop-off yet. So I know it's hard to really put like a timestamp on that, and people want to know like, yo, hey, if Team of the Year is coming out on Friday the 22nd, I should be buying on, you know, that Thursday before or the Friday before or the Saturday after. Like, they want to have a specific date. But for a lot of cards, it's going to be different. And I remember talking about this during Black Friday too. It's like every card's going to be a little bit different, and it's going to be like impossible to actually find like the lowest of the low when that card is like at its rock bottom. But if you know that even if you can't buy at the absolute lowest price, like I'm looking at Road to the Final Kesse right now. Let's say if this Kesse card goes down to 320,000 coins, that's his absolute lowest. You buy it at 330K, but a month after Team of the Year, obviously you're buying at a low point during that Team of the Year time frame. Let's say a month after Team of the Year, this guy's 400K. Does it really matter that you bought to 10K price difference? Not really, right? You know that a lot of stuff, depending on what it is. Now, if it's a gold card, maybe you're like, all right, it might not rise that much after Team of the Year, but if you need it for your team, you buy it for your team. But if it's for like an out-of-packs investment or stuff that you expect to rebound post-Team of the Year, then, you know, once you see that big panic drop off, like even if you're not getting the absolute lowest, best like 15K undercut in the moment snipe price, like you're going to be fine, because a lot of this stuff is going to rebound with just a lot of coins on the game this year, and EA putting out more and more promo packs than they ever have before. I think, yeah, that you don't have to actually buy at the lowest point. But I think that that point where we do hit, you know, kind of the trough, if you will, the bottom, the dip, will be some point once we start getting loading screens, once we start getting, you know, we need some sick content from EA too, right? Like a repeatable icon SBC or something. Yep. That would aid in the panic as well. If people were going to be going and selling cards to do other content in this game, like EA has 1 week this week to suck content or to suck coins with content before we actually have Team of the Year. So I was just surprised that last week was so dead. I guess dead, yeah, and meh. Like,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I could have seen it, you know, like you know my thoughts on it because we've talked about it before. But like, I thought the best scenario from EA's point of view was when you guys gotta understand a thing here. When EA doesn't release content, it kind of gives a lot of people confidence, and that confidence is to buy. So over the week, you know, we tell you guys maybe not to buy your Thursday flips until like Wednesday time, because, you know, last couple weeks they've just been dropping some good content on Wednesday. This week we didn't get anything like that would suck coins off the market, that would make people sell their current cards to then do SBCs. We didn't see that all this week. So my thought process was, okay, if you're going to let the market go up every single day until Friday, then you hot drop nominees, right? Because what you do is you have the market going up, and so much confidence, especially not even just this past week, but the last 2 or 3 weeks. The market has been pretty solid, really. You know, since that early January start, which you talked about. The bigger rise, the harder fall, because you have so many more people that are buying at inflated prices. And when those people see those cards dropping in price, they're not feeling too great, and they're more inclined to take the coins on those cards because they think it's going to go lower. In most cases, sometimes it does, but so it's really interesting because everyone wants that exact timetable. Like, I remember last year, January 4th was kind of like a big day on the FIFA market, because that right there, the Saturday 2 days before Team of the Year actually came out on the Monday, was the lowest time. Now, the problem with that this year, to have a specific day, and I try to tell people this a lot, is that we have so many people that are affiliated with the market nowadays. There's so many outside trading groups. There's so many Patrons. There's so many other ways that the market is affected this year, that cards are really going up and down based on what they're saying. And if somebody is telling people, listen, stuff is going lower, you're going to see a big crash on that card. If they tell you, yo, this is the buy time, that stuff is going to rise. And one of those cards in particular that I think is going to be a real good moneymaker, or what type of card really, is some of these Road to the Final cards. And I think that whenever those cards do dip, they're going to be one of the most profitable players to get, because the window is going to be small, but because of the turnaround that we have with February when the knockout stages start. So we're going to have a later Team of the Year start date, but then people's attention that the day after Team of the Year is going to be like, oh my God, we have knockout stages, right? Road to the
100%.
Final Klosterman, a card that I know so many people want to buy. Road to the Final Cancelo, another amazing card that not just, casuals want to play with, but pros want to play with. That's a card that a lot of pros are liking. Even guys like, the Europa League Bruno Perez, or the Road to the Final Oblak. Davies, right? It's going to be an interesting one to see with his Team of the Year. Zachariah, right? I think these Road to the Final cards, man, are going to be really what you guys should be looking at. And this kind of brings up, I guess, into the second talking point, is like how to prepare for Team of the Year. This is one of the ways that you guys can compare, is to monitor the situations on a lot of these Roads to the Final cards, because I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for rebounds in these cards, and I think it's going to be a sharp one as well. What do you think, Nate?
Yeah, I 100% agree. And the only problem is with that is you're going to have a lot of people with eyes on those cards as well. So that's going to be, like you said, kind of like increased competition in a sense, because some of those prices may not drop to as low as you want them to, because a lot of people will have those cards on their watch list. Like, once, let's say, once Road to the Final Griezmann hits 380 or 370 or something like that, then they're just going to go and pounce, right? So you have to be a little bit careful with that kind of stuff. But yeah, like the potential for a big rebound is 100% there for a lot of those cards, especially the ones that that Road to the Final item is like their only special card, or their best special item, I guess you could say, or they just have a lot of hype with what their card could look like if they get upgraded again. Like Renato Sanchez and Sissoko, which I remember saying, yo, how are these guys still like 1 million coins? But, like, they could be insane cards if they get upgraded. So, like, I kind of understand why Musa Sissoko is still up here at 940,000 coins, because obviously his in-game meta body type and the way he plays is part of that. So even Renato Sanchez being 1 million coins, I would like to hope that with Team of the Year coming out, that those cards would probably take a hit. But since they're so rare already, even though they're low rated, like these guys are just like dinosaurs, man. Like I'm searching Sissoko on the market, no max, buy it now, and the dude only has 2 full pages of supply. That's it. That's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
For an 84 rated card, who's already been upgraded. So, Renato as well, very rare card, and they just have so much demand. That's what's keeping them at this high price. So, yeah, it is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's like I'm looking at this Cancelo right now, and the people that are watching this, they will be able to see, I'm looking at Cancelo. He's currently 170, and he's one of those cards that, it's going to be really interesting to see like what he does, because I know a lot of people like him in this game. He gets links to certain players. Remember, Mars just came out. And I reviewed that player on my YouTube channel, and that review did very well. A lot of people like that card. For whatever reason, Mars does well in every FIFA. He's got the 5-star skill moves, the 4-star weak foot, right? He's a perfect link to that card. Remember, we just got John Stones, right? Yep. Another player that links to Cancelo. This is a card right now that is down like 30,000 coins due to the amount of right-backs we have just gotten in this game. So when you're asking me, how much more drop can we see on a guy like this? I don't think there's that much more drop. Can I see a 140 or a 145 on this? I don't think so, because I think, like Nate said, the second he's starting to drop, I think there's going to be a lot of people, like a lot of you guys, that are going to be looking out for those cards, because these are cards that people gravitate to when there's so many coins on the market, because they're live items, and people know if they want to bank on a card, like if they want to bank on Man City, right? They say, oh, they've got an easy round of 16. I forget who they play, Nate. But if they have an easy round of 16, right, they don't get an upgrade just from going through. They get an upgrade for winning the first game, remember? So there's potential for a double upgrade. And that's a big part, by the way, of why these guys shoot up so much before the knockout stages, is because for that potential of the double upgrade. It doesn't really matter about that second game. It's all about that first game where there's that first win, they get an upgrade, and then if they can get through the tie, they get another upgrade along with it. So you could see a João Cancelo being an 88 overall right back by the end of, the round of 16, and that's why I think so many people are looking for these cards. Nate, is there another way for you in your mind that you can prepare for Team of the Year? Is there something else that maybe people aren't really looking at right now to prepare for Team of the Year?
The biggest thing, and I talk about this a lot, is just like figuring out what you want to do. Like, is your plan for Team of the Year, like, you want to do some upgrade packs, you want to build a team, you just want to play and make investments to make coins on a market rise after Team of the Year? Kind of figure out like what your goals are, I guess, and then formulate your plan of attack from there. Like for me, I don't really want to spend coins that much on my team. If I'm going to upgrade my team, I'm going to buy like gold Paul Pogba instead of having gold Musa Sissoko in my team. I don't even know if that's an upgrade, to be honest, but like, upgrading to a gold card like that for me, so that's not a lot of coins that I'm sinking into that. But maybe investing in some out of pack special cards would be something that I would be interested in, and as well as doing upgrade packs with coins, kind of figuring out, hey, I'm going to make these amount of investments, I'm going to put this side amount for doing upgrade packs, or this amount's going to go towards buying cards for my team, which can technically be an investment as well. Just kind of like planning that out and figuring out what you want to do this week ahead of Team of the Year can be pretty key as well to your success when Team of the Year comes around.
Yeah. So, another way for me, I'm going to kind of add on that a little bit is, I just recently made a video on like kind of what cards, in the past we've kind of seen go up, during and after Team of the Year. And that's another way to prepare for it, is when we do get that drop off, is to really monitor the situations on some of the most likely Team of the Year cards that we get and looking at their past specials. And we've seen this time and time again. Most recently, and I remember talking to my stream about this, I think Nate was streaming as well, probably doing the same thing, looking at the Informed Ben Yedder, because the Informed Ben Yedder was down at 270,000 coins during his headliner week, and because his headliner card was so expensive, people turned to the Inform and said, I can't afford that first version, I'm going to go and buy the next best one, and that was the Inform. We saw that happen with Bruno Fernandes' his special cards. And that's a point where you guys should be looking at, if you're looking for, like Nate said, are you planning on buying some out-of-pack cards to then see a rise after Team of the Year? And that's one of the ways for me where you guys can make a lot of coins. And I'm going to show you guys on my screen right now some of the FIFA 20 type rises we saw. And I'm going to show you guys Kevin De Bruyne. That's a card that, his Team of the Year was probably around 2.6 to like 2.8 million, somewhere around there. So if you look at some of his versions that were there, well, you got this 92 center mid, Inform that also had a lot of supply from Black Friday, right? But if I look at this graph on the 6-month trend, right, he hits a low point on the Monday 237. He then rises all the way up 160, no, probably about 125,000 coins average. And his group stage card did even better than that. His group stage went from like 380 all the way up to like 580. So he had a really nice rise. And that's kind of like one of those ways that you guys can, kind of prepare for Team of the Year from a money-making coin aspect. Like Nate said a little while ago as well is, because of what we've seen in previous years, you're going to have a lot of outside groups and people that know, listen, this is what's been happening over the last couple of years. There's going to be a lot more eyes on that sort of stuff as well. So when you do see that drop off, I wouldn't get too greedy with whatever you're buying because, if you buy a little bit too early, you're kind of down on yourself because you didn't make the right time of the buy. But realistically, if you see that card rising and you bought them a little bit more expensive than you could have, it's still a win at the end of the day. Because we did see a lot of rises, and it's just this mentality that people have that okay, I'm going into team of the year, and I'm not doing just one of two things. I want to be able to pack a team of the year, and I want to be able to afford a team of the year. Both of those things are very unlikely to happen for the majority of the people that are on this game, because this is the biggest promo of the year and the best players in the game. Now, obviously, last year's team of the season cards were better. That wasn't great in my opinion, but team of the year is the biggest promo of the year, really. And these cards are going to be super, super expensive. So again, you're looking at, maybe team of the group stage KDB right now, right? Monitoring his sell-off a little bit. Right now, he was up to, Nate, what was he at? Like 460, 470 on Friday, right?
Yeah, I sold one at 467 Friday night when everything got super rare and got really high.
Right. He's 417 right now, right? So, continuing to monitor these guys right here is another way for me to prepare for Team of the Year. And Nate, before you go, I just want to put out one more thing as well. When the market is dropping, this is something that, whenever we do get market crashes, and maybe because of potential loading screens, bidding is something that a lot of people don't do. And it's a sign when the market is dropping, it's a sign that not only people are selling, but for a card to stay at equilibrium, people have to be buying. And because the card is dropping in price, it's because of less demand. So when the market is going down and down and down, you have an opportunity to bid on cards at even better prices than where they're falling to during the whole Team of the Year panic. So really, if there's a special card that you want for your team, or if there's a special card that you want to flip for after Team of the Year or whatever, or even during Team of the Year, bidding is another really good way to prepare for Team of the Year, because not many people are looking at that, in my opinion.
100% agree.
So, that's kind of like Team of the Year. We can also talk about the rares. Nate, we could talk about rares a little bit, because it'll lead us into our little crafting section of this podcast. Rares right now, I believe the cheapest rare is, what's it at? On Snipe, it's probably about 750 coins. You can probably snipe them for discard.
I think Premier League rares are just about 850, 900 coins, which I know we maybe have like squad battle rewards could come in, but if you think about it too, now is the time frame where, 900 coins for a Prem rare is like where they're actually going at right now. So I think this is a combination of people that are starting to go unassigned for upgrade packs for Team of the Year, and also people that are doing the upgrade packs that are out right now, like stacking 81 doubles or even doing the 80 plus player picks. I think that's where that demand is coming from right now. But yeah,
it's gonna be interesting with the rares, because a lot of research has been done about what they did for upgrades last year, and obviously I'm gonna need my boy Nate to really tweet out to Thefutaccountant again and talk to him about the upgrades, because I've got a lot of coins and I got a lot of money that I want to spend on upgrades. We need to have the ones that we want and we've normally had in the past, but like rares are dependent on obviously what the requirements of the SBC are. Are EA going to be a little smart this year? Going to say, listen, we know a lot of people are unassigned with those rares. What if we do something that doesn't really require those rares in us? And I don't know how they would go about doing that, because they do need, if they are going to be doing upgrades, they need to like price it at a certain amount so that it's not like super overpowered. I would say this: if you are going unassigned on rares, I would stick to one league, because if one league is rising more than another, right? Say, for example, you invest in Ligue 1 rares and you invest in Bundesliga rares, and let's just say Neymar or Mbappe, only one of them get in, and Ligue 1 isn't completed as much as a Bundesliga, right? And you're seeing those rares go up because of the requirements for a potential SBC. It's going to be harder for you to get those Bundesliga rares out if you're looking for a profit on these rares. If that's what you're buying these rares for, you're not going to be able to get those out as much, because your league guns are going to be filling up your unassigned. So whenever somebody asks me, like, what do I go unassigned on? I'd probably go unassigned on one league if you're doing it from a profit-based, standpoint. When it and also, something to take in mind, rares get more expensive as the days go on into Team of the Year. So if you're somebody that, is finding it hard to think about, do I sell my rares right away and then I can craft some packs, or, whatever your standpoint is on this stuff, rares are going to get more and more expensive. I remember the first few days of the upgrades, they were like 900 to 1,000, and people were probably lazy buying them at 1,400 coins. But by the end of Team of the Year, it was about 1,400 a rare, and you were getting lazies at 1,800 because you have so many people doing upgrades. And now at the end of that as well, you don't have as much supply coming because, you know, maybe people are done opening up their packs from, you know, the original first couple days. And you also have all of these people that are unassigned that were doing it from a profit-based standpoint. They've now gone out of all that stuff. So that's why you really start to see a rise on those cards kind of towards the end of the Team of the Year promo. And it really depends on what you guys want to do. But I know Nate wants to talk about Player of the Month Bruno and crafting. So I'm going to leave him to that right now.
And another thing with crafting as well too is like the difference in the upgrades. Kind of what we were mentioning when you said like I needed to tweet out about the upgrades. I think what was it 2 years ago that we like didn't get upgrade packs during Team of the Season, like right away, and we had to
FIFA
tweet
19.
at EA. Yeah, FIFA 19. And then last year for FIFA 20 Team of the Year, I was like, all right, I do not want that situation again. So I was like, EA Sports, you would please drop these upgrades. And last year they dropped 2. I thought the upgrades last year were good. They didn't require rares from the specific leagues, if I remember right. It was just the like the 3 or 4 player pack, and then like the normal, was it like a 25k pack?
Yes.
With per league, and that was a good mixture, right? I thought that was a good mixture because you could rinse your extras into either the 4 player pack. Was it 4 or was it 3? I thought it was 4.
I think it was 3. It might have been 4.
Right, maybe it was 3.
Might have been.
It might have been. It might have been like 3 with 1 rare. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But like,
it was definitely 1 rare. It definitely was. The smaller pack was definitely 1 rare. I remember that for a fact.
Yeah, because you could like rinse your extra non-rares into that one, or you could rinse them into the normal gold upgrade, which gives you 2 rare gold players. So yeah, crafting during Team of the Year is fun, right? Because if you're somebody who's smashing upgrade SBCs, which Chris and I will both be partaking of, you're going to have a lot of SBC fodder, right? If you're opening Prem upgrades, Bundesliga, La Liga, whatever it is, you're going to be getting SBC fodder cards, right? 83s, 4s, 5s, 6s, that you're going to be like, yo, what am I going to put these cards into? And you're going to get dupes, right? You're going to start to get dupes. 83s are going to be your best friend during Team of the Year because you're going to get a lot of dupes and you're going to start quick selling them. But EA has already started to put out SBCs that we can start to craft with these icons, Cannavaro, Okocha, Roberto Carlos, of course. We have had Kaká out for a little bit as well if you wanted to do that SBC. And I think this Bruno Fernandes is one that I would be looking at if I was somebody who wanted to get a Bruno in my team. I've packed the 87 Bruno Untradeable, the gold, which I just thought about, Chris. That increases my luck incredibly if Bruno gets a Team of the Year. I might pack that card. That increases my luck crazy high. You know how that goes.
No, not another year of you packing every Man United special card again.
Yeah, dude. But I think that if you don't want to spend the coins to go buy Bruno Team of the Year, if you're going to be opening upgrade packs to try to get him, you can start crafting this Bruno SBC as maybe I don't know what I call it, a last resort or like a second best option, because I think this card's pretty nasty, right? 4-star, high, and he's actually really OP in game. I like his gold card. He hits some banger finesse shots, I'll say it. And yeah, like this card is, even if you had to go out and do the SBC just by buying the card, it's like 1.1 mil. His Team of the Year is probably going to be around 3 mil, maybe even more. Yes, the Team of the Year might be 96, 97 rated, but this one says a 92. This is an end game card for sure. And if you're going to use him in your team for the rest of the year, then, you know, if you're spending 500, 600, 700,000 coins on upgrade packs, like put all of your fodder, all of your duplicates that you get. Yeah, you might have to buy a few players here and there to finish off an SBC inside of Bruno. Like if you're doing the 88 rated squad, let's say you pack like 5 86s, you pack like Oblak, you pack Ter Stegen, or you pack some other high-rated players from the Prem. You throw those in there, and you buy 1 or 2, you know, let's say you buy 1 88-rated player to finish off your squad, and you're going to be able to craft these SBCs. That's what people love to do during Team of the Year, is get all that fodder and craft SBCs. You might be able to get this Bruno Fernandes done, you know, if you don't actually take into account the cost that you put into upgrade packs. Even though that might be like 1,000,000 coins, you rip 1,000,000 coins worth of upgrade packs. Let's say you pack one team of the year and you craft this Bruno Fernandes SBC and like one other SBC as part of that 1,000,000 coins. Think about the untradeable value of the card that you just got, right? You spent 1,000,000 coins, you got a team of the year card, which is probably 2 mil, right? Or maybe 1.5 mil. And then you get a Bruno Fernandes player of the month valued at 1.1 mil. And let's say you were able to do like, I don't know, maybe one of these other icon SBCs or another flashback SBC during team of the year. Like, you're going to come out with a lot more untradeable card value in your club than you paid out with your actual coins, if that makes sense. So that's why it's cool to have a lot of SBCs like this, because you're going to have a chance to get some of these guys in your team at a reduced fraction of the cost, I guess you could call it, by crafting those upgrade packs. And by crafting, we mean like buying the rares, right? Submitting the rares into like that top tier upgrade pack and then rinsing, right? When you get duplicates, like Chris, what did you do for like your rules during team of the season and team of the year? Like when you did that 25K pack where it was players from the Prem, 12 players, 3 rares, I think it was, like, would you rinse the duplicates when you had like 3 duplicates or like 4, you know? Is that kind of where you would do it?
For the first couple of days of the upgrades, it was 3 duplicates. I was gonna kind of craft another one, and then towards the end of it, it was more like 4 because there was just, I did so many SBCs that it was like it was getting overwhelming at that point. I think I went like 1,100 SBCs last year just in general with all the 2 player packs I rinsed my coins into. Remember, if you rinse some of your, when you do the 25K pack upgrade, you're getting like 9 non-rare golds that essentially pays for 2 rare player pack. And in that rare player pack, you could pack any of the team of the years, right? That's what you got your content out of, Nate, right?
Yep.
Exactly. So, and you have a lot of options during team. You got the 2 rare gold player pack that you could put your rares or your non-rares into. Then you could put the rares back into the, whatever league that you get, you can put them into that league that you want to get a team of the year from. And then you can, even if you wanted to, put those non-rares into the 4 gold player pack, which it was actually, I looked it up, Nate. It was 3 gold player packs, 3 golds, and one of them were rare. And it was like pretty much 7K to do. And the good one was like 12.5K to do. But again, when you're selling your rares, you could sell them for lazy buyers quite easily because there's going to be so many people buying that they're just going to buy through lazy buyers. And that's what I did. I would buy probably about 100 coins over the current price just to avoid all of these people just trying to outsnipe me on that. I was going to mention something to you about crafting, but I totally forgot about it now, so you can keep going.
Yeah, I've got something to interject here with crafting as well. So what we were talking about with those upgrade packs, if they do release the same ones this year, how we would like your duplicates and your non-rares that you would get, you would either put into that 3-player upgrade or the normal gold upgrade. One other thing you can do if you're just doing a league specific like Premier League is you can actually go and do the Premier League SBC. Now, I don't know if many people are going to do this year because there's no player reward. Because like the whole point of doing it last year was, especially during team of the season, is that you could go into this Premier League SBC, do all the squads, get all the packs, which some of them are tradable, and then you get a player at the end too, which you could then use to just craft more SBCs, right? So yeah, like actually during this time frame, and I remember this from last year as well, a lot of the silvers from the league SBCs go crazy because people are doing those league SBCs. Yeah, there's no supply because think about all the packs that are open. They're not really dropping that many packs that have silver players in the store. The ones they're dropping in the store are the 50Ks, 100Ks, 125K packs, which are all gold players. Now, sometimes they'll drop like some sort of Electrum pack in the store, but a lot of those don't even have silvers in them. It's just some of them that do. So the silvers don't get supplied that much, and they sometimes go nuts because people are crafting those league SBCs for packs, and they have to go buy those silvers, so they go nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like when it comes to preparing for team of the year, like they are probably going to draft they're going to probably bring out like Electrum packs at some point, but they're not really the type of packs that people are going to be spending a lot of their money on. It's more like it's more about the 50 keys, 100 keys, and 125s. That's kind of like their holy trinity from EA Sports, where they make millions of dollars a day based on those 3 lightning rounds. You have no silvers in that. So,
Nope.
Whenever they do drop an Electrum pack, and, this Thursday coming, we're going to have squad battle, or not squad battles, marquee matchups. And marquee matchups, most of the time, does bring a lot of silver supply onto the market. That might not be a bad shout with, obviously Premier League and the respectable league SBCs that we've gotten this year. Some of them are godright terrible, but the Premier League one, I think, is decent in some of the packs that you do get. Like, you get a rare Electrum players pack from Chelsea, that's pretty much like a 45k pack. Small rare mixed players is not a bad pack. Premium gold pack that's tradable. Right, you have a couple decent good packs in your small prime gold players from United. So that is definitely going to be a way that you guys compare, and also how you can craft some stuff. I remember last year I had my full total with what I put in. I spent about 6.5 to 7 million coins on upgrades, and by the end of it, I got about 10.7 million coins back in value, untradeable. That is including the 6 team of the years that I had packed. 3 of them were duplicates, obviously, with Allison, 2 of them were duplicates. The other 4 were pretty much good. And then we had, remember, the Bernardo SBC, the player moment. I crafted that. I did the David Luiz flashback. I did about 15 to 20 icon SBCs. I got a couple really great ones. Baby Vieira was a really good card that was in my team till team of the season. And Ronaldinho's baby that I also had. I didn't really like the card, but again, it's another card that was worth over, I think, around 1 million coins at that point. And, I'm seeing it right now. I'm seeing a lot of sell-off on the market right now, Nate. I picked up a Lorente at 10k under his current price, and he's now just dropping. He's down at 164, bro. So we're starting to see a lot of sell-off right now. But yeah, pretty much talking about the whole crafting situation. There's going to be some repeatable icons that are going to be coming out, most likely, because it's a way for EA to drain clubs. It's also a way for you to just get rid of your duplicates. I mean, it makes a lot of sense from EA to really bring out some of those SBCs. The last part of our podcast here is going to be a few questions from Twitter. We don't have that many we're gonna talk about, but we are gonna be tweeting out every single week some questions to ask on each episode of the podcast, depending on what we're talking about. Like in today's tweet, I did say give it team of the year related, like make it team of the year. So, Pac Mouse had a really decent question here, and he said, how many coins should one expend on upgrade packs before realistically expecting to pack a team of the year? And I'll let Nate answer this as well. I think it really just depends on a lot of different factors. I think, for me, I got my first ever team of the year in my first mill last year. I knew people that weren't hitting them. I believe Nick was doing about 6 or 7 million before he got his first team of the year. And it shows that it's really, like, I had a really good team of the year last year. I think for the money that I had spent, I probably got some adequate value back with De Bruyne and Conte, Robertson, and Allison. That was as good as it was going to get, really, for the coins that I put in. But for some people, you may pack 1 in a couple mil. You might pack 2 in a span of 6 or 7. It's really dependent on, really, the pack weight. And our friend Conrad would like to see that there are certain times of the day where the pack weight is in. I think one of them is 11 p.m. Eastern time to 1 a.m.
Yeah, he always says, yeah.
I remember Nate did a couple packs last year during Team of the Season. He packed Team of the Season Aguero. He then did an Icon pack, and it was Cruyff. So that was all around the 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern time frame. I don't know if a lot of you guys in UK are going to stay up for that, but there's different times of the day. There's some decent pack weight. I'll let Nate answer that question as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, it kind of comes down to pack weight, and that's so just hard to know, right? Like last year, I have never packed a team of the year before last year. I packed my first 3. I packed Allison off the rip, and then I actually packed Conte from a 2-player upgrade, like the normal 2-player upgrades, and then I packed Conte again later in the week or later in the weekend, I think, when they were all in packs. So like, you know, last year it seemed like the team of the years popped a bit more than they had in years prior, but I also think that's just because people were opening more and more packs as a whole community last year as well. So you saw a lot more pulls just because people were spamming a lot more packs, because that has gotten a lot more popular. So, I mean, it's really hard to put a number on it and say like, yo, you have to spend 1 million coins to hit a team of the year. There's some people this year that will spend 3 million coins and hit nothing, right? There's some people that will spend 500, 600K and hit 2 or 3. It just depends on luck. And the bottom line is, though, if you're stacking packs for team of the year, you're making that investment in your club, because you're going to be able to craft other SBCs, and you're still probably going to come out ahead because you're going to be able to get icons crafted or big time flashback SBCs and stuff like that from the high rated cards that you pack and when you get duplicates and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, when it comes down to how many coins should you put in, like, I have like 2 million coins, which is around what I had last year. I think last year I put 2 million coins into Team of the Year upgrades, and I got 3. So I got really lucky last year in terms of like coins put in versus how many I got in the value. I mean, Conte was what, like 2.7 mil or 3 mil or something like that?
Yeah.
First week. So I got 2 of those, right? So it was 6 mil of untradeable value from that. So, I mean, yeah, it is just really tough, but just be smart with your coins, right? If one of the things you want to do is do upgrade packs, if you've got 2 million coins, like, I'm probably not going to put 1.9 mil into upgrades, because then trading back from the ground up, it's like I'm starting again in October at the very start of the game, grinding like the 10, 20, 30, or trading with non-rare golds to get my
silvers.
Or silvers to get my coin balances back up. So, I mean, just be smart with the coins. I mean, if you're going to be done with the game, then freaking full send it. But if you're going to keep playing this game and you want to leave your account in decent shape, then don't go like all in with the coins, just because you don't want to be silly and, you know, dig yourself in a hole that you can't get out of, or will have no motivation to get out of post Team of the Year. So just being smart with that is like my number one, I guess, tip with Team of the Year upgrade packs is just don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. That's all.
Yeah, don't be like how I was last year, starting Team of the Year with 7 million coins and ending Team of the Year with less than 1 million. So don't be like me. Although I did get adequate value back, it takes a lot of your coins away. That's kind of like why I'm going to be going hopefully to about 13 million, because I want to spend at least 9. Right, that's kind of like my magic number, at least 9 to 10. Then I have about 3 million coins to work with at the Team of the Year. I'm prepared for that grind again. And realistically, we've been kind of taking a little bit of off, really, the last couple of weeks with trading. Kind of just waiting for Team of the Year at this point. So it's going to be a fun week. I can't wait. I would say, you know, somebody talked about some price predictions for the Team of the Year. I think we can just go through what our Team of the Year is right now. I'm not going to go through the price predictions because that's going to take a while. Yeah. But I'll say the Team of the Year, and Nate, you say if you agree or not. The back line: Neuer, Trent, Ramos, Van Dijk, Davies, Kimmich, Bruno, KDB, Ronaldo, Messi, Lewandowski is the starting 11. Yep. And then the 12th man is going to somewhat be Neymar, Mbappe, Thiago, and probably 2 other really insane candidates, you know, in that 5. But it's going to be one of Neymar or Mbappe that gets it.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, people have always asked me, like, you know, could they do more than 12 players? And I thought originally, yeah, maybe they could do something like that. But Team of the Year sells itself. They could put 11 or 12 players in packs, and they will still sell the more. I mean, they're going to still sell so many packs during Team of the Year. They're going to be making so much money. I can't even imagine how much they're actually going to make during Team of the Year. We'll go one more question. I'm going to kind of go through this. You kind of answered the Bruno question. I would guess they said how to trade during Team of the Year. If you want to kind of talk about how to trade, because remember, there's so many packs being ripped open. There's so many upgrade packs that people are grinding. A lot of people's attention's not going to be towards the market, really, when it comes to Team of the Year. It's going to be really focusing on the packs and trying to pack a Team of the Year. I mean, if you look at viewership, you know, I'll tell you guys this. If you come into my stream during Team of the Year and expecting market, it ain't gonna be like that. I'm gonna have so many packs that I have to grind. Yeah, I'm gonna answer questions, but it's gonna really be packs only that you're gonna be seeing on my stream. I'm not gonna be like doing the 10, 20, 30 method, or trading with icons. I'm not gonna really be doing that because there's so much time that I have to allocate towards upgrade packs whenever they do come out. So now you could talk about like maybe a way or two that you can trade during Team of the Year that you found success in the past.
One thing I'll note just quick is that Prime R9 is on the market. There are 2 of them listed. So
I've been watching him.
The dinosaur is alive. So that's kind of crazy that we're at that stage of the game where he is no longer extinct. That just means that Team of the Year has to be near. But trading during Team of the Year is honestly, it's incredible. I remember last year, like they put out a lot of SBC content during Team of the Year, whether that's trading with cards like SBC Fodder that fluctuate up and down with days where they have packs released, or SBCs kind of dull off a little bit. Like if you're a guy that likes to trade with SBC Fodder, it's going to be flying all over the place. It's going to be great to trade with. And of course, like links to the new SBCs that come out. Like last year, we had that right wing player moments Bernardo Silva SBC, right? And the David Luiz flashback. So a lot of like the Premier League links, maybe like imagine if we had Road to the Final Cancelo this year, and like that right wing Bernardo Silva SBC came out, boom. You would have a link investment right there with that kind of card that would go up. Honestly, icons, I remember, were great to trade with too. I didn't really do it myself, but just people have a lot more confidence with their coins, and there's a lot more coins with all the packs that are opened. So people like go and start buying. So like you have weekend league rises after Team of the Year that are really insane on a lot of cards. Baby icons that are out of packs especially. So that's going to be... There's going to be normal like rare cards that fluctuate too, right? With these Road to the Final cards that we look at all the time, or record breakers or rule breakers, team of the group stage, out of packs informs. Like these cards are still going to fluctuate a lot as well. But you're just going to see the ones that are more meta and more popular. Those are going to be the ones that just, make that biggest rebound after Team of the Year. And so yeah, you can kind of almost trade as normal, right? You can almost trade as normal with fluctuations, and as people sell cards for their teams, weekend league sell-off is still going to be a thing that exists and happens. So you'll be able to make trades. You'll be able to make profits on normal fluctuation stuff, trading with icons, out of pack stuff, and like it's just a confident market that you'll be able to trade in, because people won't be having this impending promo weighing them down and not letting them think that they cards, because that promo is in the here and now and actually happening. So
yeah, I agree. Yep.
And more people are opening packs like we will be doing. Less people may be looking at the market as well, or are worried about the market. So
bidding.
Eyes on some cards. Yeah, bidding for sure. But just honestly, like catching cards, like earlier tonight on the video, I caught a Inform Firmino for 159. The guy sells for like 175. So I did a flip like that. But that card was on the market for a minute because it's late night. You have less eyes on the market, whether it's late night or whether people are distracted by some big content that dropped. There'll be opportunities for to trade through that as well.
Yeah, I talked about it as well. Is it's all about the eyes. Like how many people are looking at some of your cards, and Team of the Year is a very... I mean, all of the views go to the pack openers, the people that are opening as many packs as possible. And, us traders that make millions of coins up until this point, we're going to be doing that same thing, because there's got to be an end game to what you're doing. Like, if I'm trading and I'm at 12.5 million, there's got to be an end game for me. What am I doing with these coins, right? It's obviously going to be around Team of the Year when we put a lot of our coins in there. So I would say another tip as well, not even just bidding like during the whole promo, but like specifically lightning rounds. You can get so many good bids because everyone turns their attention to sniping during lightning rounds. And for example, if you're looking at SBC fodder or you're looking for out-of-pack special cards, right? These are the type of cards that normally during a lightning round kind of get overlooked a little bit as new cards are being supplied onto the market in most promos. And they're not really paying attention to them. So bidding is going to be huge. And, some of the type of cards that you guys can be looking at is the informs that have multiple informs. For example, guys like Haaland or Lozano, right? What you can see on these type of informs is it's harder to find them on the market. So there's more of an opportunity for you to find a really nice undercard on a card that you know sells for a good price. Like, for example, this Lozano here is coming in at 107K. You know, this guy might be up at 95, 96,000 coins, and I can quick flip that for like 105, 106. And people just list that stuff up, and they don't sell as quick because it's not easy to find these cards in the market due to the second or third inform really being out there as well. But realistically, we're at 55 minutes. We went a little bit over what we wanted to go to, but you know what? The market, obviously, there's a lot of things to talk about, especially Team of the Year is a huge promo. Like I said to you guys, in the future episodes, there will be guests on. If you have made it this far, that is absolutely amazing. If you have spent 55 minutes, hearing me and Nate talk about the market, you guys are legends. We will be back for another episode. This will be weekly, so we'll be doing once a week. And yeah, by this time next week, we're going to probably have Team of the Year. I'd like to thank Nate for, first of all, being the co-host of this podcast. But this is going to be fun to do for the rest of the year. So I'm happy that I'm doing it with you because I know you know a lot of stuff around the market. So thank you for coming on.
You got it, bro.
All right, bro. So we're having another episode probably sometime next week. It might be midweek because that's kind of like where our schedules are a little bit better. This episode will be on a Sunday. So like I said, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. And show some love to Nate in the description. His Twitch, his Twitter, his YouTube. I'll even throw his Instagram in there as well, even though he doesn't use it that much. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.